President Trump just revealed moments ago that after he convened a large summit of 7 European leaders, he called Vladimir Putin on the phone and began arranging a one-on-one between the Russian president and Ukrainian President Zelensky, meaning we are edging closer to the possibility of a peace deal. In fact, Zelensky just moments ago told reporters any talk of territory swaps is for him and Putin to decide in person. A big shift from just hours ago when he was saying no swaps at all. Now he's saying we'll talk as if it's on the table. So the president's success got me wondering, why does the mainstream media constantly get fooled by this president's ability to win against all odds? I started thinking back when I was covering then President George W. Bush, who liked to say he was misunderestimated. He had a little trouble with words and sentences and stuff. My favorite was the time he told us reporters during a speech in Nashville that there was an old saying in Tennessee or Texas, probably Tennessee too, he said. He couldn't even get the location right, but here's what he said.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Man, it was fun covering him. The point is, don't you see, it's like the media. They keep getting fooled again and again because they don't want this president to succeed. More importantly, maybe they don't want America to succeed. Yet he keeps on winning. You see, whether there is an actual peace deal this week or not, the president started the day by welcoming in Zelensky to the White House, then spent the entire rest of the day rolling up his sleeves, doing the hard work to try and get peace. Joe Biden never did that. Look at this incredible photo, the very picture of diplomacy that all the elites told us Donald Trump couldn't do. All the European leaders convened by, yes, your favorite president, as he likes to declare on Truth Social. Think back to the 2020 campaign when the mainstream media lectured us, lied to us, said over and over, Biden's this amazing diplomat. In fact, I remember covering him for years as the Senate Foreign Relations Committee chairman. Gave a lot of speeches, didn't get a whole lot done. But the fake news tried to sell all of us on how he knew so much more about the world than Donald Trump. Yet Joe let Putin roll into Ukraine. Nothing to stop him. Then later called Putin a war criminal. Not exactly a good way to get Vladimir to the table, or to get his Ukrainian counterpart to the peace table either. Yet it was this president who, after the fancy photo op, actually sat everyone down to dig in, do the work. Remember Kamala lecturing us about the work? This president actually today did the work to move us closer to a peace deal, something neither Joe nor Kamala ever did or thought about. Full day of diplomacy. And you know what else Joe never did? He never had an open line of communication with Putin. But Trump does. And whether the left likes it or not, Vladimir Putin is the president of Russia. And if we don't sit down, at least have a conversation, how can you expect to achieve peace? This is Diplomacy 101. Don't need to be the chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee or a striped pants career diplomat to know that. And you wonder why we end up in forever wars. The elites don't want peace. They thrive and profit on conflict. Then enter the legacy media, their cover. Sometimes you wonder, whose side are they on?
Critics of President Trump will say the pomp and circumstance, the red carpet, the warm handshake, that President Trump simply lost that Putin gained there just by being on the world stage and walking down a red carpet with the president. Your reaction to that?
Well, I mean, critics of President Trump are always going to find something to criticize. You don't even pay attention to it anymore. But I will tell you this, Putin is already on the world stage. He's already on the world stage. The guy's conducting a full-scale war in Ukraine. He's already on the world stage. He has the world's largest tactical nuclear arsenal in the world.
Secretary of State is right. He's the president. The media just can't celebrate any victory, any little progress made under President Trump, especially when it comes to Putin. They're obsessed with Russia, Russia, Russia. You're supposed to speak truth to power in the media. Ask the hard questions, of course, challenge narratives. But as the history has proven, they haven't done that. In fact, they do the opposite. Instead, they're propagandists for the left.
Donald Trump cannot perform on the world stage because he simply does not have the intellect to match up with these world leaders. He's not Barack Obama. He's not Hillary Clinton. He's not even George Bush when it comes to being able to maneuver in these environments. And so what you saw was Vladimir Putin come and get what he wanted. I mean, the winner of this is Vladimir Putin. I don't know why we're trying to hide the ball.
What happened. Bush reference, won't get fooled again. Barack Obama, yeah, smooth talker. no intellectual giant. Take away the teleprompter, started to crumble. Hillary Clinton, ruthless, sure, but that's about it. She was the one, remember, who hit the reset button on Russia relations as Secretary of State. Didn't exactly work out. That guy, Bakari Sellers on CNN, can't see the truth through his hatred for Donald Trump.
Has solved 6 or 7 conflicts this year. I think we ought to give him some latitude to operate.
Which 6 or 7?
I'm sorry, are you not watching the
Which
news?
6 or 7?
Well, we just did Azerbaijan, we did Rwanda, we did Israel, Iran.
Israel, Iran, what? What peace deal did I miss?
Ended the 12-day war.
I mean, so you 6 or 7. I
Are
mean,
you
that's
living on Earth too?
I mean, no, but Rwanda, Azerbaijan, Rwanda, what? What are we talking about? No. Let me say this.
We did see,
I will
Scott,
say
to your
this.
point, after naming something after Donald Trump, we saw Azerbaijan, Armenia sit down. That was a remarkable moment.
The Armenian thing was like last week. Keep up, Bakari. He insults this president's intellect while at the same time he's completely ignorant of everything the president accomplished last week, the week before. They just can't see through their Trump derangement syndrome. They can't see the progress. He's already ended, as you heard, several wars and is coming for another.
It's an honor to have the president of Ukraine with us. We've had a lot of good discussions, a lot of good talks, and I think progress is being made, very, very substantial progress in many ways. We had a good meeting, as you know, just a short while ago with the president of Russia, and I think there's a possibility that something could come out of it, and today's meeting is very important. We have, I guess, the seven very powerful leaders from Europe, and we're going to be meeting with them right after this meeting, and thank you very much for being here.
Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Back on Friday, the president handed Putin a letter from First Lady Melania Trump urging him save the kids on both sides. Smart move. So smart that today Zelensky gave a letter to the president from Zelensky's wife, but warned him, it's not for you. It's for Melania. Even she is getting in on the diplomacy.
My wife, she, First Lady of Ukraine, she gave the letter. It's not to you, to your wife.
Oh, I want it.
The left-wing media would have you think the president is leaving Zelensky out to the wolves. They're getting along famously. They were trying to charge all weekend that he was working on behalf of Putin to carve up Ukraine, give it away. That's not the case. In fact, if anything, they're getting along swimmingly, especially compared to 6 months ago.
Do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that. Remember this. You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now.
You don't have the cards. It's like night and day. Zelensky was even wearing a formal jacket this time, not the whatever was going on there before. And even now, Zelensky is saying nice things.
Thank you so much. I think that we had very good conversation with President Trump.
Very good.
And it really was the best one. Maybe the best one will be in the future. But it was really good.
Like Putin, he knows President Trump's no Joe Biden. The world elites don't dictate his foreign policy. This is America first now, baby. The globalists are no longer in control. The American people are. And it's time to end this war. Even the Ukrainians want it done.
Ukrainians on the war versus Russia. You go back to 2022, the start of the war. Fight until Ukraine wins. Look at this. The vast majority, about 3/4, 73% agreed with that position. Negotiate to end the war as soon as possible, only 22%. Look at where we are now. It's a complete flip. It's the inverse. Now 69% want to negotiate to end the war as soon as possible, compared to just 24% who want to fight until Ukraine wins. That's a 49-point drop in this position.
So you have a president, again, who is aligned perfectly, not just with the American people, but the Ukrainian people. In terms of the American voter, it's just like the border and men and women's sports, the 80-20 issues. But the left never learns. And just like George W. Bush said, or meant to say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Well, the media keeps getting fooled again and again by the power and wiles of President Donald J. Trump.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.